Westerns. One of the most iconic genres of all time, going back to the late 1800s, but really was kick-started by one key film, The Great Train Robbery, 1903, by Edwin S. Porter, mainly regarded as the first feature-length Western film spanning 12 minutes, which introduced many of the classic Western tropes that are associated with the genre today, like the ideas of the outlaws, trains, shootouts, justice and lone heroes versus lawlessness, which shaped what the genre would look like for decades. The Golden Age. The Westerns exploded in popularity in the 1930s, for many reasons, like the advancements in technology invention of the talkies having dialogue, music, and sound effects allowing for more creativity and more complex narratives. The invention of color in cinema made the dusty orange landscapes of the American frontier more visually appealing for audiences. Audiences needed escapism in the 1930s, during the Great Depression, which Westerns gave with their big landscapes, clear heroes and villains, and good endings. Westerns also were cranked out with low budgets and similar narratives, with studios realizing dozens a year using themes such as law versus the Wild West, good versus evil, being very clear, cut and lone heroes fighting for justice. By the 1950s to 60s, the genre was at its absolute peak in popularity. The most famous star from this era and genre was John Wayne, born 26th May 1907, was one of the main stars of Western Hollywood, featuring in almost 250 movies across his career, after appearing in 70 low-budget Westerns. His career was stuck in a loop of doing the same B-list films until John Ford cast him in Stagecoach, 1939, which made him a star known for his gravelly voice and distinctive cat-like walk. He became the face for the genre and set what the Western hero should be standing for: justice. Being stoic and rugged, his legacy helped shape the genre and the standard for the American action hero character for films as a whole. Spaghetti Westerns. By the 1960s to 70s, Westerns started to change with the new subgenre of spaghetti Westerns coming from Italian filmmakers and shot throughout Europe. These films had more violent gritter gunfights with blood and gore, which Hollywood didn't usually include. They were more stylized with extreme close-ups and dramatic standoffs, and instead of the clear distinction between good and evil, these films focused on more morally gray anti-heroes. This subgenre gained widespread recognition in the 1964 with the release of A Fistful of Dollars by Sergio Leone, which was majorly successful and became a new model for spaghetti westerns, as Leone followed with two sequels, For a Few More Dollars More and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, regarded as some of the best of the genre. Spaghetti genres died out by the late 70s, but helped push the Western genre as a whole into darker and more realistic storytelling, influencing modern directors such as Quentin Tarantino, who has incorporated many of the stylistic choices in his work, such as in Kill Bill, The Hateful Eight, and Django Unchained. Decline of the genre. By the mid-60s, the genre started to decline in popularity due to audience wanting more realism, complexity to the characters, and narrative and fresh modern stories, as they relied on the same formula for years, encouraging audiences to move to new genres such as sci-fi and gritty realism were on the rise. Paired with this, the cultural change also had an impact on the popularity with the Vietnam War and civil rights movement. The public didn't want to see the simple, good, perfect hero, rather wanting flawed human characters. The genre became oversaturated, as the overproduction of Western TV shows caused repetitive and boring neo-Westerns and modern takes. As classic Westerns slowed down, they left behind many themes, filmmakers still use today, such as the lone hero in harsh, lawless environments, in modern settings as audience wanted more realistic, darker stories, which neo-westerns gave with keeping the classic themes of the original genre shown in films such as Logan by James Mangold, 2017. No Country for Old Men by Ethan and Joel Cohen, and The Mandalorian series by Jon Favreau, 2020, showing how Westerns never truly died but changed to fit audiences' desire for stories that match today's world. Conclusion. We can see how the genre evolved over time and was shaped by the culture, and the audiences want to see different, more realistic stories as they became outdated to the modern world. However, we can see how the genre of Westerns has left a lasting impression on the film industry, with its clear, recognizable tropes and iconography of shootouts, the dusty Wild West and lone heroes, which still influences modern film today. Thank you for listening.